Welcome to the Toodokan Self-Defense Academy Technique of the Week. This week we're going to work a self-defense move against a bladed weapon held to the throat. With any knife defense situation, it's always important, as we always advocate, if it's something material they want, whether it's money, whether it's car keys, or whatever it is, give it to them. Only if you are sure that they're going to cut you or shoot you or hurt you in some way, then you attempt to disarm. It's always better to die trying than to obviously die not trying anything at all. So sir, can I borrow you and come in a bit closer here? We do a whole range of knife defense situations, from stabbing to slicing to overhands, slicing the face. There's a whole range to apprehension techniques where they grab you and put the knife to your throat from the front, from behind, and so on. It's always important to know that with any knife defense situation, especially if they're slashing you and moving forward, you're more than likely going to get cut. The most important thing is don't get dead. And these techniques are designed with repetition. And obviously, in a classroom situation with an experienced instructor guiding you through countless repetition to be able to get good enough to use these things, but also mentally able to commit to any form of technique, especially with the threat of real violence. So let's say that we've got the knife held to our throat. This person's going to hold with one hand and put the knife to my throat and press it up against here with the other hand. It's important that we don't have the illusion that it's out here. They're going to press it to your throat, and that's important that we get used to feeling that. If he doesn't have this hand there, I can just step away from it. So more than likely they're going to apprehend you and put the knife to your throat. From here we want to make it out like we're complying and that we have enough fear for this person so that we're going to do exactly what they want. But here's what I want to do. Put my hands up in a non-threatening situation to get it close to the weapon and move my head back. Please don't hurt me. I'll give you anything you want. And see what's happened here? I've moved my throat away from the knife and the blade and put my hands up. From here I'm going to grab and strike at the same time. Now this is not a grab so much as I'm just using the four fingers to grab the wrist and pull it down and pin it to my chest as I strike the eyes or the throat. But let's say for safety we just push our partner's chin. Now this is important. This sort of thing does not work. They're too strong. You're not going to get a grip and move it, especially with the blade. It's too dangerous. What I want to do is just remove it from my throat and hold it to my body tight. In this situation, notice that I rotated my body in the same position. Once I've taken the eyes or strike the throat and pushed my partner, I've got this pinned tightly to the chest. I bring this striking hand down underneath. Now I grab the wrist and compress towards my opponent. I want to create a V in the wrist and a V in the elbow. That gives me an enormous amount of leverage. From there I'm going to step around and push the blade to the ground. Once it's on the ground, place my shin above the elbow, move my other leg away from the blade, and then compress into an armbar. And that's important. I don't want to be compressing where the blade can cut the inside of my thigh. From this angle, so that you see how that works, my hand comes up, my neck goes back. Please, I don't even have to look at this person. I'm looking up. That's fine. As I grab, I strike at the same time. Compress their arm into a V shape, and I step around here, and I want to stay nice and close to my opponent. And I push this blade to the ground. As I put my shin automatically above the elbow, I want to remove my leg from the blade, and I compress the arm. Thank you, sir. Oh, I'm not going to give you that back.